Alright, so here's a video talking about Deadpool. Deadpool, he's a very interesting character that's been inside the game for a season and a half. And a lot of people, they know about Deadpool, but they don't know how to exactly play him. Now, I feel like I came to a great conclusion from all the hours I spent in for Deadpool to really just put down what really needs to happen for Deadpool in general. So, we're going to first show out the front line, which is Tankpool. Now, Tankpool, he's been banned a lot in higher rank because they know how good he is and how broken he can be. So for Deadpool, first for Tankpool, we have just his basic primary attack, which is guns, but if he swaps to his swords, you can also just do basic damage with the swords. Simple but effective. Now, for the most part, when you're playing Tankpool, you're not going to really have your swords out like that. I can tell you that definitely for sure. Almost for all roles, you're going to be basically having like your guns out for the most part, because one, neutral game, and two, like if you go in, you're going to get CC like hell. So basically just really good to upgrade your guns, but I'll get more into that with DPS pool. He's a little different. So for Tankpool, you have three abilities. You have your jump, which does damage and also builds up ult meter, and it builds up your swag meter, which I'll get more into. And you have your right click. Your right click can block off damage and it can isolate heals, and that's how you get a lot of your kills whenever you like really know what you're doing with Deadpool. The third ability he has is his E. His E does damage over time, and it does a 20 or 30% damage reduction. I'm pretty sure it's 20% now from the nerfs that he got for Tankpool. So still pretty solid, pretty good ability. So now let's go on to the first ability that I'll get with Deadpool, and that's the Band Hammer. So the Band Hammer is his gun ult, and usually I always go for that on each one of the roles beside DPS pool. He's a little different. Now, his gun ult, it does damage over time if you upgrade it, but without it, it does damage only when they start missing shots. So that's why I always go for the upgrade, because one, it does damage over time, and whenever they miss shots, they're going to get punished even more. And with that, with Tankpool, his ult for gun ult builds up heals and was overshield for him as well, which is really good. So use that to your fullest advantage. Now, for the second upgrade, I'll go in for probably the E, or I'll go for the pistols, depending on the game. If you are solo tanking, I'll probably go for the pistols, but if you have a secondary tank, I'll probably go for the E. Actually, nah, scratch that. I always go for the pistols for the second upgrade, because just being able to really get a good neutral game is going to be really important. Just kind of just dishing out damage, because when you upgrade your pistols, it shoots off an explosive, just like I did right there. I looked away, but whenever you're hitting like a few successful times, it shoots off a pistol. It shoots off a missile. So really good, and just something that you're going to really need. Just dish out more damage. Simple. Now for the third upgrade, I'll go for your E. So with that third upgrade, we get the 20% damage reduction, and then it also adds in a damage reduction for your teammate that's around you. Now for the third upgrade, I'll probably go for, now this can be a toss-up. So usually I will go for the magical unicorn shield, especially like with the playstyle that I usually go for with Deadpool. So let me show you for an example. Say like there's a squishy right here, and you just send up to just get a quick easy kill, preferably a support. So use a gun ult on him, throw this down, and then you just easily kill him, especially since this takes up 300 HP for damage. So literally being able to just isolate a target, pop your gun ult, and just go for a kill on them, taking out support can really just turn the fight around like crazy. So for the fourth one, I'll go for the magical unicorn shield, since you can block off more damage, which is really good, of course. But you can also isolate more targets whenever you're trying to go for a kill on them with your gun ult. And that's very helpful. And it's going to help you a lot more inside the long run, so don't be afraid to use that. Now for the fifth upgrade, I'll go for the hijinks. Hijinks, because one, without the upgrades, you can't really do this bounce motion. And it's really good. Just being able to just dish out a shit ton of damage. And then plus you can have up to 2 charges whenever you actually upgrade it. So say you're just getting run down, you just get out of the situation really quick and repossess yourself to get support for your team, or just find a better angle. So it's always going to be good if we go for a 5th upgrade. Now for the 6th upgrade, I'll go for the upgrade for my swords. And the last upgrade for Tankpool, I'll go for the big test. The big test, yes, it's pretty good, but at the same time though, I'll be more selfish with my ult, with the gun ult. almost every time. Now you can use it like a cap ult. You're just gonna be really need to be T'd, especially since like whenever you pop your ult for sword, the pistols don't really build up ult charge for you. You gotta use abilities, and you gotta jump on their head. So if you have that upgrade, then you can start going for sword ult more. But in the beginning part of the game, you're gonna really be going for your gun ult most of the time, especially you can isolate kills and you can just take more advantage of that, and it's the better overall, at least in my opinion. Now, let's go into DPS pool. So DPS Deadpool, he's a very interesting character, and he's very, very, very high skill, especially if you know how to play him right. But you can also make him basic as possible as well. But you can still get value on him like crazy. With the damage you can put out, oh my gosh, it's magnificent. So for the first upgrade I'll probably go for is the Hazard Hijinks, and this can be your bread and butter. It's just you using your swords over and over again by dashing on top of them like this. Now this side looks basic, but whenever you're actually using Hijinks, make sure you just hold down your primary while also using your dashes. But for the more advanced Deadpool players, try to add in some jumps in between to really maximize out your damage. Now, if you really know what you're doing with DPS Deadpool, you can do this, and then throw your icon in between, and you throw it up to 3 times as well, gets more damage. And then also, even though I didn't do it right there, don't forget that you can throw in your E in between as well, which allows even more damage being stacked up and a lot of just clutter on the screen. So you can really go crazy with Deadpool. Please do, please do your great big numbers with DPS Deadpool, because he is fucking disgusting. So the second upgrade I'll go for is the Headshot Duelist. In my opinion, this shit is just so essential. Whenever you get to do your icon throw on the strat pool and DPS pool, it builds up so much ult charge, and it just does consistent amount of damage. Like, the damage on it is pretty fucking nutty. And then not only that, you can get some bullshit ass kills on the way back, because you know it's a boomerang effect, so pretty fire. So with the icon throw, I need to stop pressing H. With the icon throw, it builds up a lot of ult charge for you.
Guess who just showed their stupid faces?
And it's just self-explanatory. Just keep constantly pumping out damage. Not really too much to talk about there. Now for the third upgrade, I'll go for your pop quiz. Now this is a little crazy for some people, but I'll probably go for the pop quiz, because you're going to be constantly getting ult, and that ult you're going to be using for the most part is your sword ult. Now you can use your gun ult as well, but your sword ult is just really, really good for DPS Deadpool and strat pool. And strat pool, you know, I'll get more into. But with your sword ult for DPS pool, you're gonna be basically using your hijinks all the time, and then throwing your icon in between, you can always get your jackpot, and it does more damage, and it also does a shit ton of speed. Not even a shit ton, it gives you a little speed upgrade, and it gives you constant healing. So you can really just be like a fucking nuisance in the back line, or just on the front line as well, like doing a transfer front line to back line, and oh my gosh, you can go crazy. Now for the fourth upgrade, I'll probably go for more of the swords. I'll go for the swords. So with the swords, you can easily just dish out a shit ton more damage, because you're going to be inside your swords for the most part. So literally just the swords by itself with no other things in between. But adding all that, you can really burst down somebody quick, especially if you add your E in between. And then add in the icon throw. It's gonna be hard to really just keep up with you, especially bursting through all that damage you're constantly pumping out. It's gonna be pretty fucking nasty. And then for your fifth upgrade, I'll go for the Deadpool in your area. Now, the Deadpool in your area is really good because you do a lot of visual clutter on the screen. They can't really see shit. Just a lot going on. Mobile is already a very clutter heavy game, but it also gives you a nice little damage reduction as well while having it. But if someone's hard carrying their game, you're kind of at a losing state, I'll probably go for the skill issue. If you can just isolate that target by popping your ult on the gun ult on them, like I said before inside the tank part, you're going to be constantly doing damage to them over time. And then also, if they miss their shots, they're going to get even more damage on them. So I say get the skill issue as a 5th upgrade, because literally being able to just make them so annoying where they got to be out of commission for a little bit can do so much for you. And not only that, if it's upgraded for DPS Deadpool, they'll take even more damage from the gun ult, and they'll also get vulnerability on them as well when they miss shots. So it's pretty damn nasty. Look at all that damn damage. Oh my gosh. DPS Deadpool is the damn truth. And then for the next ability, I go for the E, then we do the guns last. Because when you're playing DPS Deadpool, you're gonna be mostly inside your swords, and then you can dish out more damage, yes, of course. But honestly, I feel like, truthfully, if you're playing DPS, you're gonna have good aim. So I wouldn't really be worried about it. And then not only that, you can get your upgrades pretty quick. If you jump on somebody, you can do it infinitely. You couldn't do that with taking Deadpool. So it is pretty annoying, definitely for sure, that you can't do it with Tank Deadpool infinitely. But it makes sense though, because Tank Deadpool is already pretty busted. The other ones, they're going to require more skill, definitely for sure. But Tank Deadpool, you can get away with a lot of shit sometimes. And this also builds up your swag meter that you have in your jackpot ult. Now, let's go on the strat pool. So strat pool is interesting, just like DPS Deadpool, but he can heal. So with the healing for DPS Deadpool, it's pretty solid. Like, this bot gets pretty low. The gun does pretty good damn healing. So think about Luna Snow, but actually more fun. But they're gonna make a lot of Luna Snow lovers mad, but oh well, don't give a fuck. Now strat pool, we're going on the strat pool. He's really fun, and he's gonna have the kind of the same upgrade kind of pathway for DPS Deadpool, but let me explain. So this jump, it does do damage, and you can hop infinitely on somebody's head, and you can do that for enemies while also doing it to teammates. But yeah, so you can do a pretty decent amount of healing just jumping on their head, and you can jump on their head infinitely. Now it was a broken strat that people used to do, or just build up a shit ton of ult charge off just jumping on somebody's head. You can still do it, but still you gotta have like coordination with the teammate. Hopefully, you know, the enemy team doesn't chase after y'all, so you can get a reset and just go in with it. Nope, this is future, not Arnez. Sorry, some things came up, and you know, we're here today to try to go and get this video finished. Sorry about that. So let me go and start off with this. So with Deadpool, he's a very strong support. A lot of people, they really sleep on him. They say like, you're throwing, you're playing this support, etc. And I know it's annoying, especially for support players, and also just annoying in general if you're just trying to just play support in general, like, and you want to play Deadpool because he's really cool. So I'm gonna get to the point though. The first upgrade you'll go with is your final exam. Now once you press your ult right here, boom, you get a 12 seconds of healing that's around you. And now it don't seem like a lot right now. It don't seem like a lot at all. But if you just did this one is really good. It's the Punish Pounder, aka the gun ult for the strategist. And if you pop this alone, I think it only lasts like 6 or 8 seconds. So that's 4 seconds less. And the Judge is really strong, and the Punish Pounder is really good. But I only recommend upgrading that if they have like a really pesky duelist that is really annoying, or you just really need to confirm kills and the team just not doing good. But in my personal opinion, you'll always probably want to go with the final exam. So with the final exam, proccing this final exam and having it upgraded. So with the final exam mode, it requires a lot of healing, and being able to bounce your teammate head constantly over and over again, and just throwing your boomerang. They're actually going to activate the ult even further. So instead of just being 12 seconds, it's going to be a longer duration for 17, 18-ish seconds. So that's a lot better than just using the gun ult. And the gun ult, yes, it is good, but if they don't have someone that's hard carrying as a duelist or like a pesky dive player, I say do not do that one. So I will always go for the final exam for the first upgrade, and then for the second upgrade, I'll actually go for the bouncing bobblehead. Now the bouncing bobblehead is extremely good, from being able to just simply just pump out heals to your teammates, you know, provide them with healing. This does damage, and then not only that, not only does it do damage, it does healing as well. So being able to build up that ult meter really quick and fast is going to be very helpful for, you know, just keep building on support ults, because you know how some teammates can be.
We don't have a support ult. What my Deadpool doing? Why do we have Deadpool?
And having this Bouncing bobblehead can help you build your way faster. And not only that, but since you got the final exam up, you can literally just keep on throwing this, and then naturally you just get it so much faster. It's genuinely ridiculous. So I say it's always going to be really good to go with that for the second upgrade, and you'll never fail with it. Now for the third upgrade, what I would do is either between the dual desert eagles or you'll go for the in your area. If I was to choose off the top of my head, I'll probably go more with the I'll probably go with the E. The reason why, because sometimes you do be having no support player that just refuse to look at you. Plus it just provides just a lot of healing, and not only that, it just say for example someone's behind you, because sometimes a duelist man or just somebody in general is like, you know, right behind you or right beside you, can you heal me? Once you press this, they'll just realize like, okay, let me just walk over there and this I can get healed, and then not only that, can give you some good self-healing yourself as well. So I will always go for that for being your third upgrade. Now for the fourth upgrade, I will go for the dual desert eagles. Now the dual desert eagles is to do more damage, more healing. What would be wrong with that? You can't go wrong with that. So genuinely, it's always gonna just be a no-brainer. Just go for that for your fourth upgrade. Now for the fifth upgrade, what I'll go for, like I said, if they had, matter of fact, let me throw this in. So for the first and second ones, they're very essential. I say you always gonna have to go with that. The third one is very essential as well. So if you really do have someone that just hard carrying the game, that's when I go for the punish pound. So you can easily kill like someone that's being a melee character, just does damage over time on them no matter what. And say if they miss one their cooldown, they can get hit with extra damage as well. And it can also provide more healing to your team. So it's a win-win for all of us. But if everything's going regularly, just save punish pound for last. So let's go on to the fifth upgrade, which I would do personally, is the healing hijinks. The reason why the healing hijinks, you can have a lot more anti-dive potential, and you keep on doing animation cancel on top of somebody's head, and you can provide healing to your other support, just people that just coming back there to help jump the guy that came back there to try to come kill you. So pretty good overall, not too much to really go into, but also it just allows you to just get away from places while also like just providing you with more damage as well. So can't go wrong with it. Now for the sixth upgrade, I'll go for the katanas, because you can do more damage and more healing. So I'm not close enough to proc a heal for him, sadly. But just say it down next to a teammate, it prompts more healing for them, because the swords, I do know that it does seem like it's not supposed to heal, but yes, it does heal if you're close to somebody. So being able to be just provide more healing and more damage overall with your swords, this is a no-brainer as well. So then we're going to the last upgrade, and that'll be punish pound. Punish pound, like I said, very good against like just hard carries that just really run down your lobby and very annoying to deal with. Just say that for last. But for little things for strategist Deadpool, I'll just give you a few heads up on it. You kind of want to play, I guess you can say like not a flank Luna, but like aggressive Luna, if that makes sense. Like play in the back for sure, but like just don't forget that you're kind of unkillable if you know what you're doing. You have E that just self-regen you, and then you have a passive that also self-regen you over time. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Your E as well for healing Deadpool does damage to people. So you can use this whenever someone's hard diving you, and it's really, really good. My fault. I sure forgot about that. But so for strategist Deadpool, you can provide a lot of healing. It's really, really good. You can play more back because you're hit scan, and then not only that, you just can provide more damage over time and more healing. But you can also play frontline as well. So like you can just dish out a shit ton of damage, and you can throw your icon, provide a lot of healing to your teammates. So being able to just have all the different cooldowns and just having this healing hijinks. So say if someone get close, pop your E, do a lot of damage to them, you can really kill them pretty damn quick. And then throw your icon out, just provide more healing to your team. And then you got a really good ult, the sword ult, and the punish pound as well. So all come down to like how the game is going, but never overthink strategist Deadpool. I promise you, it's not extremely hard. It's just more about cooldown management. That's what all come down with supports and timing. So go out there, make everybody proud by being the best strategist Deadpool. But with that, that will be the end of the video. Sorry, I had to come back kind of late, but we're just trying to finish the video strong. But just want to say I love y'all. Thank y'all for always supporting me. Thank y'all for always being able to just lift me up whenever I'm down the most. If y'all did enjoy the video, make sure y'all like and comment, especially like what's like the most like helpful thing that happened inside of the video that you didn't know, and then also how your games have been going and if you climbed any with Deadpool. But I love to interact y'all regardless, so just comment if you just want to just say hey. But like, comment, subscribe. Love y'all. See y'all next video. Peace.